Hi everyone, how are you? David here, back again to share with you some updates for imaginary ones, especially for the month of June that just flew by so quickly. I can't believe that we are now at the second half of the year already. That's really insane. There's a lot of learnings that we have made, a lot of progress, and today I will share with you what I can, right? So for the month of June, we have made a lot of great discovery. We have made a lot of seeking of clarity in a lot of things that we are trying to explore. So for the month of June and May, in fact, we have been trying to imagine ones as a brand being everywhere. You know, what if we have an animated series? What if we have a range of toys? What if we have carnivals, concerts, events? What if we have games? And we have a full series of content online that people can start to know about us. We brainstorm a lot of things. We try to figure out, wow, there's a lot of exciting things that imaginary ones can do. And so we set out to speak to a lot of different experts in all these different fields. And reality kicks in, right? We need to be able to focus on several things that could work at the current time. So for example, for animated series, whether is it possible for us to be part of Netflix or Nickelodeon? Of course it's possible, but I think at this stage, when your brand and IP is not that strong, they will want a huge pie of owning the rights of your IP, and that's definitely not ideal for us at the moment. Toys, huge challenges with the toys because of the individual bubbles on the spheres of the body that we wanted it to be different colors. This is something that poses a huge challenge for mass production. Carnivals, concerts, events, these are things that we spoke to in real life. Events producers, events organizers, and we realized a lot of different challenges as well. It's about trying to identify what's the opportunity, what's the return of investment after going through all the trouble. Games, huge topic. We learned so much from friends and game developer, and the conclusion is pretty clear that if we are going to invest so much money in building a game just for Web3, it will probably not be very worth it, and it might just die off within a week or two because it's very difficult for you to achieve the required amount of monthly active users. There will not be enough interaction to keep things going. So if we want to get into this space, we need to make it right. We need to gun for mass adoption. We might have some answers here, but we are trying to do a lot of different research and development right now. So once I have more details, I will share with you. This is the current regular blueprint for many projects, right? After you launch a first project, and then subsequently plan for the next collection, and then the new collection, and then more collection. This is a regular but great way to grow the project. However, we see a huge problem in this as well. It is definitely not a sustainable business model because it is a lot dependent on the market hype and sentiment. So for example, as you can see, as the market turned bearish, a lot of projects not able to take off at all. And so this is something that we want to change. Just to give some context, so for example, let's just take Microsoft. Everyone knows Microsoft is a very profitable company. Most of us use their products. The stock price, like any other company, has been facing huge drops in price. But Microsoft as a business is still as profitable as before. The drop in the stock price doesn't determine how profitable Microsoft is. Microsoft has a strong business model that makes money no matter what the stock price is saying right now. So since it's a strong and profitable business, it will always recover and always reflect its true value over time. So as a project, we need to think about how we can create a sustainable business model like that as well. We started as a Web3 company. Moving forward in the mission to give our holders great value and utility to make sure that IO lives for the next 5, 10, 20 years, we need a Web2 strategy because that's where most people are still at right now. We need to build a business model that remains profitable no matter what the market sentiment is right now. However, as we explore this area, we found that we have a small problem over here. We realized that the Web 2 and the Web 3, they are two totally different audiences, right? The Web 3, the people like us, we are familiar with the whole cryptocurrency. We are in the NFT scene. We know what does the floor price mean. We want to build products that might be very different from what Web 2 are looking for. Web 2 might be looking for, shows, content, games, things that they can have fun with the brand, they can identify and empathize with the brand. So these are two different target audience and different motivations altogether. For imaginary ones, our natural secret magic is that we are well loved by families and children. To many of them, it's like love at first sight. The recent display of our videos at Suntec Singapore, the big screens, we see that there's a lot of families just stop by to look at the screen, and then the children will be asking the parents, hey, I want to take a picture. It's just so heartwarming to, even though they haven't really seen any shows about us, any games about us, they already love imaginary ones. So this is something that we should leverage on. So the solution is for us to introduce a product that our Web 2 family, our Web 2 audiences could love, so that we can reach the masses, growing monthly active users along the way. And as the brand and product grow, we can start to introduce more people into the Web 3, and hence bridging the gap from Web 2 to Web 3 through education, through sharings. And from there, as more people get into the ecosystem, you will notice that the NFT holders, the IO holders, will gain a lot more benefits and utility along the way. And over time, we will start to see that the ecosystem will be a seamless system involving both the Web 2 and Web 3 people. So with that in place, we are going to have a proper marketing funnel looking something like this. So in stage 1, right at the top, it's about awareness. It's about trying to do brand marketing, content marketing, and leverage on different social media platforms to gain awareness, to gain subscribers, to let more people love imaginary ones. And following that, in stage 2, a product will be introduced with the goal of gaining more active users. The game or the app will contain in-app purchases or subscriptions as well, giving IO additional revenue model, revenue channel, and hence a more sustainable business model. And after that, at stage 3, we'll start to educate about NFTs, giving more utility for everyone. So just to give an example, the marketing funnel plays out, you can see that we might be reaching 1 million people from the public, and perhaps 3% of them will start to gain interest in what we have in the form of game or an app. Along the way, we can start to introduce and show them what NFTs are, what are the benefits, and perhaps 3% of them will start to convert, and hence slowly that's how we can bridge the gap. And while we are building both sides of the pillars concurrently, it is very important that there's efficiency in terms of the resources, the stories, the graphic assets. We need to make sure that these stories aligns with the Web 2 side and the Web 3 side. So as we move towards the goal of the metaverse, we need to ensure that this narrative will make sense for the Web 2 game as well, so we don't have to restart and rebuild everything. Again, this is something that we might have an answer. Right now doing a lot of research and development, and I can't wait to share with you more. So what does it mean for holders? This is something that we would like to align with you, because what you will notice is sometimes you might see branded content that we release to the public, to the market, that might not have any direct benefit to you right now. So for example, we are in the midst of creating animated children's songs. The children's songs will be very helpful for us to reach the mass audience, but it might not be directly beneficial for you right now. When the IO brand succeed, what we achieve is start to gain strong brand equity, and we have a strong brand equity, a lot of partnerships and collaborations will be made seamlessly with other brands. You have to see that we will start to appear in multiple places. We will also be a more sustainable business no matter what market conditions we are in. And also very importantly, we can also educate more people into the Web3 ecosystem. As a holder, you will be a holder of a great brand and a great IP, resulting a lot of great benefits. And as holders, you will also be like shareholders, eligible for revenue sharing in the future. And as the brand grows, definitely the benefits grows as well. You will have more access, you will have more discounts, you'll be able to attend more experiences along the way. So this is the whole business model thinking that we are having right now. If you have any questions or suggestions, do share with us your thoughts. So next, Suntec Singapore. So last month we shared that they have been really kind to share about imaginary ones on their big screens for the whole month of June at no cost. We receive a lot of great feedback. Families and friends and children who walk past will always stop to take a photo, and makes us really, really happy about it. So currently we are in the plans to work with other prominent malls as well in Singapore to create exciting campaigns and events so that more people can enjoy during the upcoming important seasonal periods. And we are talking about planning for Halloween and Christmas. We intend to make a bigger impact there. More details will be available shortly. One of our goals, as you know, is to create more in real life experiences, and this is a new collaboration happening at one of the shopping malls in Singapore. It's called the UE Square, and at the atrium we partner with Spring Rose to create a portable trampoline playground, and we join them to have co-branding and marketing for the families around the area. The setup was done last week, so it will be there for 3 months. And what's really cool is that this is a fully automated concept where parents can just scan their cards or scan the app. They'll be charged a certain amount of money for entry, and they will have unlimited fun, just jump around, having fun with the playground, and they can leave after that. So it's super efficient. There's no manpower needed. 24 hours open. So currently the branding part is on the banners and posters and the ground mat, and over time we are requesting for permission to add more exciting stuff like more balloons, floating characters, even animated screens to make things more exciting. Looking forward to that. We learned a lot from this collaboration alone. What does it mean to work with the malls, the shopping malls? What does it mean to set up the event? Licenses do we need to make things work? So with that in mind, I think more things will come along the way. Last month, we shared about some updates on the upcoming new website. We were planning on creating more like an imaginary world. There are different islands that represent different segments of the website. This was the concept sketch of the website design, but now we have the 3D version as well. It's really, really beautiful. There are still some changes to be made, comments from Clement to the design team to make some changes, but it is a really very beautiful. Here it is. Fun and beautiful, isn't it? And so you can imagine they are going to be fully animated, dynamic, a very beautiful website coming next. We are also designing achievement badges, so as you go on different quests or as you involve in certain activities, you get acknowledged for your efforts. And as you gain more badges, more benefits will come to you as well. Next, we are making great progress on the imaginary rides as well. These are some of the legendary ones. They look amazing, isn't it? A lot has been going on in the background, but of course I think we shouldn't show everything. But these are some of the legendary ones. They are beautiful and they will have more benefits for you as well. Staking, yes, we are facing some delay in the staking unfortunately, but please forgive us. I believe you can start staking your imaginary ones by the next announcement. I understand that everyone takes timelines and milestones like this very seriously. However, there are new developments along the way. So for instance, my team is working really, really hard on a major partnership with an international brand. I have to blur this out because I can't show you, even the colors I can't show you. For the agreement, it's important that the brand will be the one to share about the partnership on their social channels first, and then we can follow on from there. However, some information I can share with you, it will be a new collection, and it comes with a new exciting utilities along with the brand. We will promise you that there will be a sizable amount of whitelists for the IO holders. Depending on the progress, I hope that I can share with you more details by the next updates and announcement, right? Main characters, yes. As we progress, building the Imaginary Ones brand, is important we create a set of characters, a set of main characters so that people can recognize us easily. Here are some of the main characters that we are working on, and the idea is that the main characters each has its own abilities and characteristics that people love. So this is Mr. Rainbow, some of the ideas that we are still working on. And we also have the Mr. Fit, who's always energetic, fun, exercising wherever he goes. You know, just give him a 5-minute break, he will not have a break. He will be doing like another 100 push-ups along the way. Some other characters that we are developing. The leftmost character, he's always in for an adventure. He's fearless. New discovery excites him the most. You know, you have a new volcano, he'll be there. there's a cave, he will be there, and he will always encourage the team to explore together. We also have the handyman, the engineer, who always have the toolbox with him, fixing all the damages, everything that needs a fix, he'll be there. Next, we also have the super nerdy, super smart guy who solves all the problems for the squad. And last but not least, the ones who always eat. He's a glutton. He loves eating. He's constantly hungry. I'm sure you always have a friend like that. Branded contents is something that we are working on as well. One of it we are working on is animated children's song series. We figured that this area might be an easier route for us to enter the market, leveraging on the expertise that we have in music, in animation, building up our social channels. You can see the style is really catered for young children, and they are vibrant, they are beautiful.
Imaginary One's first ever meetup happened in Singapore last weekend. Was
really fun. A lot of laughter, quite a bit of drinking. Personally, I can't really drink a lot, but on that day, we really let loose and had a lot of fun with everyone. It's really heartwarming to learn that many of you supported the project since the beginning, and for some of you, Imaginary Ones was even the reason for you to get on board to NFTs. Even though I didn't really manage to speak to everyone, but I gathered a lot of great feedback on how we can improve on the project as well. Many of you are even quiet supporters, not really active in Discord, but when it comes to events like that, you really step up to say hi. So thank you so much for that. You guys are all ever ready to help. So I really thank each and every one of you. Sometimes as founders, as builders of the project, we are constantly in the grind building the project. And sometimes we forgot that there are so many supportive people behind us, to fully leverage on the power of the community to solve problems together. This is something that I would like to work on definitely. I promise you that we will keep moving, we will keep improving and growing Imaginary Ones to the fullest potential. So the question is, where should we visit next? Where should our meetup next? I think it's really a great experience meeting each and every one of you to hear your thoughts live. I think it really bonds everyone together. Right, so that's really all I can share for today. If you guys have any questions, we will be hanging out in the general chat. Love to chat with you further. Thank you so much, everyone.